I've always heard that the Florida women were truly some of the loveliest creatures on the face of this earth.
NWA World Champion Ric Flair returned to Florida in the spring of 1982, not long after putting a bounty on Butch Reed's head in the winter of '82 after Reed pinned him in a match. While Flair was gone though, the biggest people trying to get that bounty were Dory Funk Jr. and David Von Erich. Reed had his allies though, like Sweet Brown Sugar Skip Young of course, but also Mr. Wrestling 2.
A six-man tag team match in progress right now. And Dory Funk Jr., former world heavyweight champion, out there with El Gran Apollo. Apollo, of course, from Havana, Cuba. And now David Von Erich tags up, body block. And now it's Apollo firing back and now gets over. Makes the tag. And Wrestling 2 moves into the ring. And Wrestling 2 has a lot of scores to settle with Dory Funk and particularly J.J. Dillon. David Von Erich charges the ring, but he's caught by Hacksaw Butch Reed.
Reed had some great drop kicks.
J. Dillon.
Reed is throwing some beautiful drop kicks here, Gordon, and that team is really coming alive right now. I think you've got to turn the veteran Wrestling 2 the anchor for that trio, and he has proven that since he's turned the title battle for them.
There's that gorilla press, and of course, we have seen a world heavyweight champion in that very press by Hacksaw Butch Reed.
Bounty matches were even set up between Butch Reed and Dory Funk, and also against David Von Erich.
David Von Erich, second-generation wrestler. He's out of Texas. Tall, rangy individual. Great strength. Good leapfrog by Reed. Reed up and over. What? Von Erich on the side of the head. All-American in football, plays for the Kansas City team. And Von Erich thought he was going to be able to leapfrog, and Reed was one step ahead of him. Got him a good drop kick and then into an arm drag takedown, and so to make Von Erich a frustrated competitor indeed.
Well, Gordon, Terry Funk is one of the most vicious wrestlers around. Their personalities are totally different between himself and his brother. And if you'll notice, David Von Erich has a mean streak in him himself. He seems to have an innate ability to be vicious in that ring, and you can see right there the tactics Dory Funk Jr. has been teaching him. That high knee lift he just delivered to Hacksaw Butch Reed. Back to the floor, and Reed as the winner. It looks like a count out, Gordon.
It was a count of 10, both men out of the ring, and Butch Reed was ahead of the game. And Butch Reed now being caught from behind by David Von Erich, and Dory Funk Jr. embarrassed that his protege was outsmarted and out-thought that time. Now the two of them on Butch Reed and Reed, and wait a minute, Sweet Brown Sugar charging the ring. Sweet Brown Sugar knocked to one side by Dory Funk Jr. Now Butch Reed outside the ring, and I think that's what Sweet Brown Sugar wanted to accomplish anyway, was get Butch Reed away from the two of them. And wait a minute, they're charging back into the ring.
When I took Florida by storm, when I became the world champion, keeping the women away became a real task. Only a chosen few are allowed to accompany the man. Now, Gordon, I've brought one of the real beauties, a real Tallahassee lassie with me today. A woman, come around, darling, show them a little bit of what's going on in Florida. You know all of you out there want to see what the Nature Boy does. Gordon, it's like this. What Ric Flair wants, Ric Flair gets. And today, the rumor goes around the country that Ric Flair might be afraid to wrestle Bruce Reed. That Bruce Reed might be the man to take this 10 pounds of gold from Ric Flair. That Bruce Reed might be considered #1 contender by the National Wrestling Alliance all over the world. Well, today, Bruce Reed, there's two men standing in that ring over there that are as bad as any two wrestlers there are in the world today. They know how to get down. They know how to get real dirty.
During this time, it is odd seeing not only a heel David Von Erich, but also Kerry Von Erich being a heel, trying to help Flair. Certainly going against Kerry's feud with Flair in Texas.
Because you're a real big deal to save face, you're going to have to walk out here, Reed, and you're going to have to wrestle one of the Von Erichs. You know why? Because if you walk out that door, you won't be the man. Here he comes, Gordon, Mr. Big Stuff himself. What do you got to say there, partner? Take a look over in the ring, brother. Don't be looking at the nature boy. Don't be looking at her. Take a look in that ring. This man must think I'm a fool to come out here, two dudes in the ring, for me to wrestle, him standing out here in the background with a $10,000 bounty on my head. He must think I'm a fool to come out here and do that, and come out here and do this way. But my woman doesn't like you. Tell him who the greatest of all time is. Tell him, darling. Are you through? Right. Are you through? No, I'm not. Are you through? Just answer one question for me, Flair. Just how you gonna plan to get out of this building through me? Huh? You answer that. You making a mistake of threatening me. You're trying to ask me how I'm out of this building. Don't put your faith in mine, boy. Baby, let me tell you something. You don't think.
Ooh, wait a minute. Go. Hold it. Oh, I don't believe that.
Don't you start nothing here, brother. Me and my lady don't want no trouble from you today, boy. No. Get him out of here, Dory. Get him out of here.
I'm aware of the fact that
You looking at her like that.
But when Flair returned to the territory, Butch Reed was over his threats and theatrics.
Reed got the champion. Reed got Ric Flair. Flair trying to make it to the ring. I never thought I'd see it. Wait a second. He's got Flair. And Terry and David Von Erich trying to get Flair into the ring. And Reed. Wait a second. Reed is he's got a beat for the champion's clothes, but and Reed is coming in there. Terry Von Erich after him, and now David Von Erich and Butch Reed has disseminated both of those. And Butch Reed now battling it out. He's got the champion Ric Flair. And Flair, while Reed is tearing Flair apart, Butch Reed is absolutely tearing Ric Flair, the NWA World Heavyweight Champion, apart here.
Butch Reed had humiliated the NWA World Champion. Flair and Reed would have several matches for the world title at house shows, and they would usually end in double DQ or double countout, or Reed winning by DQ or Flair winning by cheating. But with every match, their hatred grew for each other.
Conditioned athletes, you're seeing them here, but both men have literally thrown away any semblance of the rule book whatsoever. When you get two giants of the wrestling profession in the squared circle at the same time like these two, and you can see then that mayhem could well be the only result. See Flair now ripping away with hard right hands, but that time, as Flair tried to smash Hacksaw Butch Reed into the ring post, Reed slipped away. He had to this point in the battle. Reed uncorks a hard, long roundhouse right, another one that puts the champion back to the canvas. And as you can see, the champion in severe straits here now, and Reed wasting no time, pounding away at the head, and continues to batter the NWA World Heavyweight Champion. And again, the referee trying to get some order restored here, trying to pull Reed away, trying to allow the champion an opportunity to get off of those ring ropes. But again, it is Reed closing back in, oblivious to the referee now, finally hurtles the referee to one side. He has one goal, one aim, one desire, and that is to completely and totally annihilate Ric Flair, the NWA World Heavyweight Champion. Again, as you can see, they've gone past the rules, past all boundaries now, and it is Flair charging Hacksaw Butch Reed, and the referees again trying to close these two men, trying to stop them, and yet realizing full well you don't stand in between them, because that's exactly what's going to happen. You're going to get yourself in a lot of trouble. And Reed continues to pummel away and punish the NWA World Heavyweight Champion. The match was completely out of control, and you can see now, and there is Dory Funk Jr. and David Von Erich, and the two of them, of course, having no love for Hacksaw Butch Reed whatsoever, now attacking anybody and everybody in sight. Bear in mind, the match is over. This is happening from a technical standpoint in between matches, so to speak. But this, of course, this kind of action obviously is going to be relayed to the NWA Review Board.
Eddie Graham was not just a great booker, but seemed to be a great person. he was getting many plaques and awards from people and places in Florida for good deeds.
We have a key, a plaque with the key of the city, present to Eddie. And thank you very much, sir, for participating in this. It was a great pleasure to be with you that day, and we really appreciate you very much.
We've got a match in the ring, the return of Barry Windham. Let's turn to our ring announcer.
Let's welcome back Barry Windham.
Blackjack Mulligan Jr. left Mid-Atlantic and came back to Florida, where he started as Barry Windham in 1980. He left the next year in 1981, which is when he became Blackjack Mulligan Jr. in Mid-Atlantic. But in the spring of '82, he was back in Florida as Barry Windham and trying to build his own reputation away from his father.
And I think Barry Windham indicates that. He, of course, the son of the famous Blackjack Mulligan. Mulligan, who had quite a career, was on the winning team with Willie Joe Namath when they won the Super Bowl with the New York Jets, but and is an outstanding wrestler, legendary in his time. Barry wanting to make his own reputation.
Another man getting a push in Florida was Brian Blair.
Good ride. Good ride on Gray. Gray trying to escape, trying to sit out. Blair keeps the ride going into a three-quarter Nelson. Has a three-quarter Nelson. Partial hook on the leg. He's got the pin. He's got the pin.
He would find himself in a feud with Derek Draper over Draper injuring his friend. Draper was a wrestler named Edward Wiskowski, who was usually mostly in Pacific Northwest wrestling.
If he wants to wrestle, I'm ready to wrestle him face to face. He's got something on his chest he wants to get off. Well, let him get it off because I'm ready to wrestle him right now.
Okay, Derek Draper moving out against Brian Blair, and both men very eager to get into this fray, and they meet head on, collar and elbow. Both men trying to gain some leverage, some balance advantage here, and caught in the front face. Both men caught now, and it is Draper tried to go to an inside cradle, blocked by Blair. Blair into a lateral press. Courageous return here, and a pair six are erupting between these two, and the referee naturally somewhat wary, and it is Blair now who that adrenaline is flowing, getting that second burst of energy, falling from way down, and the referee shoved to one side by Draper, as they would just as soon not have anybody. They'll battle this thing out right to the absolute bitter end, and they're in that corner again. The referee trying to separate them again. The referee, wait a minute, the referee calling for the bell. The referee stopping this match.
Blair would also feud with Southern heavyweight champion David Von Erich.
He's going to hold a height and reach advantage on you, but experience-wise, it would appear to me that two of you are about equal, the Southern title on the line.
Well, you know, David Von Erich, without a doubt, has some athletic ability or he wouldn't be here right now. As a matter of fact, I happen to know that he was an all-state football player and an all-state basketball player in Texas where he grew up. But the fact remains that he's a smart aleck punk. And I hate to say that because I don't like to downgrade anybody, but facts are facts. And David Von Erich, as far as I'm concerned, you better come out there and you better be ready to wrestle.
You no good, low down, dirty, stinking Florida cracker. I'm a millionaire at 23 years old. I don't need this belt. But I got it because I beat the man fair and square. The way you're going to have to beat David Von Erich fair and square. And all this mumbo-jumbo about how you should represent the title is baloney.
Brian Blair would team up with Terry Allen a lot against Dory Funk Jr. and his young protege David Von Erich.
Brian Blair to come into the ring. Blair started to charge in. And again, they start double teaming on Terry Allen. David Von Erich and Von Erich a good ride. Terry Allen trying to break away from it. Terry Allen trying to sit out and escape. It is Dory Funk Jr. again tagging in with David Von Erich, but Brian Blair has made the tag. And
Brian Blair would, however, run into a rough feud with J.J. Dillon's latest villain, the Black Ninja, Kendo Nagasaki.
Martial arts not only has it become the key to wrestling in 1982, but I have the greatest exponent of every form of martial arts known to man in Kendo Nagasaki, the Black Ninja. And the dilemma that I have found myself in is that time and time again, I cannot find opponents willing to meet him. I cannot get him matches.
At the end of the winter of 1982, J.J. Dillon had ran a scheme which led to him defeating Mr. Wrestling 2 for the Florida heavyweight title. In the spring, Mr. Wrestling 2 won the title back. J.J. Dillon's answer was Kendo Nagasaki. Nagasaki would use his illegal karate in matches, which made him a danger.
And now continues to chop away at the side of the neck, and a high hip toss by Nagasaki. Had him.
Well, we've annihilated another body, Gordon Soley. We've knocked another one over. The bodies keep flying, keep being destroyed. Reputations are being destroyed every day by the Black Ninja Kendo Nagasaki.
But could JJ really control the Black Ninja? He would soon be out of control and very dangerous.
You too, Blair, you might as well hear what I'm saying. Why will no one agree to beat Kendo Nagasaki in his type of match where martial arts, the theme of 1982, are permitted?
Let me tell you something, J.J. Dillon. My coach Ken Lloyd taught me the foundation of what I do right now, and I believe in wrestling. And anytime you want to put up your martial arts mat against me, I'm more than ready and I'm more than willing because I'm proud of wrestling. It says wrestling on the marquee, and that's what I believe in.
Are you saying that you are willing to meet Kendo Nagasaki with martial arts allowed?
Any way you want it. Any way you want it. I want to wrestle.
For you.
Nagasaki to the midsection and once to the throat, and it is Blair. Caught again in the throat, and now Nagasaki. Brian Blair, single leg pickup.
Brian Blair tried to take him down, but it did not turn out good for him.
Uncorks to right, and it's Nagasaki again. There, hit. Wait a second, J.J. Dillon tying up Blair in the ropes, and it is the referee spotting that. Nagasaki is now attacking Blair while he's tied up in the ropes. Young trying to free him, and now facing another problem here is Nagasaki. Continues the attack, and it's the referee hurdle to one side. And Tommy Young standing over the man. And wait a second, Brown is giving Nagasaki caught him.
It got so bad, Eddie Graham himself tried to put a stop to Kendo, but got a beating too.
Eddie Graham separating the ropes here as the